I'm Tom Maloney with Lakeshore Public Radio, 89.1 FM. It's Monday, August 10th, 2020. Stay tuned for the latest on the riots in downtown Chicago overnight, the impact of the coronavirus on long-term care facilities in Indiana, and a deadly accident overnight put traffic to a standstill on the Borman. Hundreds of looters descended on downtown Chicago after police shot a man on the city's south side. Police say the vandals smashed windows of dozens of businesses early Monday and made off with merchandise, cash machines, and anything else they could carry. Police Superintendent David Brown says when police shot a man who opened fire on officers Sunday, the incident apparently prompted a social media post urging looters to converge on the business district. Over several hours, police made more than 100 arrests and 13 officers were injured. A vehicle driving the wrong direction early this morning crashed into a semi-truck, killing both passengers. A vehicle was reported driving eastbound in the westbound lanes when it collided with a semi-truck at about 4:20 this morning, according to the Times. The driver of the semi-truck was not believed to have been injured in the crash. It's unknown whether the crash was a result of an earlier police chase. Nearly half of the state's long-term care facilities have experienced at least one case of COVID-19 among residents, according to significant data released today by the Indiana State Department of Health. Of 754 facilities required to submit data, almost half, or 344, have experienced at least one positive resident case. At least one resident death has been reported by 235 facilities. During a press call yesterday, state health officials say they expected a public dashboard to be released this week. Indiana's reporting comes months after all of its neighboring states and nearly all other states created such dashboards. The state cited patient confidentiality and other pandemic priorities while keeping the data private. Officials this week expressed similar concerns about releasing COVID-19 school-level data. State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Bach said incorrectly that concerns over HIPAA and FERPA were putting the release of that data on hold. Meanwhile, Indiana public health officials are reporting a fourth consecutive day of more than 1,000 new confirmed COVID-19 cases. The Indiana State Department of Health also reported one new coronavirus death. Overall, the state has 74,328 coronavirus cases and 2,835 deaths. More than 840,000 tests have been administered. Also Sunday, students at Indiana University began moving in. University officials say students have to undergo a COVID-19 test before moving in. The moving in period will be spread over 12 days. In sports, the Chicago White Sox travel to Detroit tonight at 6:10. The Sox dropped their weekend series with the Cleveland Indians and have now lost 4 of their last 5. The White Sox are in 4th place in the AL Central at 8-8. The Detroit Tigers are in 2nd place in the AL Central at 8-5. The Chicago Cubs weekend series against the St. Louis Cardinals was postponed due to the coronavirus. Several members of the Cardinals team had tested positive before Game 1 on Friday. The Cubs are off tonight. They'll travel to Cleveland tomorrow. The Cubs are 10-3 and in 1st place in the NL Central. The 1st place Oilmen, though losers of 2 straight, hold a half-game lead over the DuPage County Hounds. The Oilmen take on the Southland Vikings at 5 p.m. in Hammond today. In the NBA, the Pacers take on the Miami Heat at 7 p.m. in the bubble. The NHL, the Blackhawks are off tonight following their 3-1 series win over the weekend against the Edmonton Oilers to put them in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hopefully the finals. They'll take on the Las Vegas Golden Knights Tuesday at 9:30 in the best-of-7 series. This will be the first time that the Hawks and the Knights will have faced each other in the playoffs. In college football action, the Mid-American Conference has become the first league at college football's highest level to cancel its fall season, surrendering to the pandemic that is threatening to halt the entire sport. MAC schools rely heavily on revenue from road games against Power Conference teams. Most of those games were canceled when the Power Five went exclusively or mostly to conference schedules. Without them, the strain became too much to try to keep players and staff safe during the pandemic. The question now is whether bigger conferences follow. One MAC athletic director says he would be shocked if it didn't happen. The Power Five conference commissioners met over the weekend to discuss the growing concern over whether the coming college football season will be played. And players took to social media to urge leaders to let them play. Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesley says no decisions on the season have been made, but conceded that the outlook has not improved in recent weeks. Big Ten university presidents and chancellors were also having a previously unscheduled meeting, a person with knowledge of the meeting told the Associated Press. Those college football players from across the country are uniting. They want to save the season that's being threatened by the pandemic and make sure they won't be left out of the big decisions made. After Clemson star Trevor Lawrence sparked a movement by tweeting, "We want to play," he was contacted by a player activist from Michigan in a couple of hours. Two hashtags, "We want to play" and "We are united," merged. Not only do players want to play, but they want to create a players' association for college football. Looking at your Lakeshore weather forecast tonight, an 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 8 p.m. Otherwise, you'll see a low near 69. Tuesday, mostly sunny skies, a high near 81. Wednesday, partly sunny, a high near 83. Thursday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 o'clock. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 84. For Lakeshore Public Radio, 89.1 FM, I'm Tom Maloney. This has been your Midday News Update. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share.